If you're a coach, healer, or conscious entrepreneur who has ever experienced fear, uncertainty, or doubt around the trajectory of your business, your life, your mission, and your contribution, you're not alone, and this video is for you. This is an inside look of a mindset call that I did with some of the founders who are inside the Conscious Business Mastery program. And I talk about fear. I talk about how to move through it as a doorway to success. This is the difference between founders who are successful and founders who are not. So if you want to know why is it that 90% of founders fail, it's because they don't have the inner tools and resilience that I'm about to share in this video with you. So I hope you enjoy this recording and let me know what you think in the comment section. I think I know exactly what I want to talk about. So I think I'm just going to talk about it. This is Mindset Monday. If you've never been here before, welcome. But sometimes I allow you all to kind of pick the topic that we're going to talk about and dive into. Today, I want to talk about something that maybe you've experienced, which is fear and uncertainty. Anybody here ever experienced fear and uncertainty? Raise your hand. Okay. Maybe this is a little bit vulnerable ask. Are you all okay with the vulnerable ask? Maybe. I got Jennifer said maybe. Are we okay? Right? We're practicing experiencing our fears. We're practicing experiencing by being vulnerable. So this one's not a big ask, but just 1 to 10, how much fear and uncertainty do you feel like you're experiencing in your life right now? Right? And it could just be a snapshot of like the last month, maybe last few months. 10 is like extreme fear. You're actually hyperventilating right now. 1 is 0 fear. You're actually a Zen master who's completely transcended this planet. So go on that scale. Okay. And whatever you say is perfect. Whatever you say is the perfect answer. So 8, 3, 9, 5, 3. Beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. And has that, for those of you who had lower numbers, has that number ever been higher than what you put? Yeah, absolutely. And so I want to just talk about this because I think, one, a lot of people just assume that maybe people a few steps ahead don't ever feel this way, or that, oh, if I just get to XYZ result, I won't experience fear, uncertainty, doubt, etc. Anybody ever have that illusion? I know I have it many times. And the truth is, uncertainty, fear, doubt, scarcity can happen at any level, right? If we think, oh, if only I have this thing, then I won't feel this, right? I won't feel this way. And the truth is, like, here's one way I deal with fear and uncertainty is that everything I need and everything I want is already here. When I come back to that fundamental truth of everything I could possibly want is already available, then my life becomes perfect. My life becomes perfect because when I think about all the think about like the essential components of your life that make life magical, right? That give you joy, right? When you just close your eyes for a second and just think of like simple things in life that give you joy, just for a moment. Whatever flashes to your mind is perfect. Just flash through different scenarios of joy, of enjoyable experiences of life. Okay. I pray that a few things came to mind. Anybody want to put one thing that came into your mind? Just put in the chat. I have a bunch that came to my mind. Healing or helping others brings joy. Yes. Sunshine. Yes. Dancing in the sun with my beloved. Yes. Hummingbirds. Yes. Everyone put at least one thing. One thing in life that's simple, that gives you joy. Laying in bed with my son, laughing and giggling. Oh, yeah. Giggle. giggle attacks, right? Helping a friend, community, being at the beach. Yeah, I think about this community. Yeah, I love it. I think about it in my own life, and I think about just drinking a nice bowl of soup. I think about sipping a nice cup of coffee. I think about embracing my wife. I think about caring for somebody, right? Just doing something nice for someone. I think about, like Alara said, just being in the sunshine, right? Just that perfect feeling of like roasting in the sun where it's like being sun-kissed. I think about being in nature, working on my garden. I think about going on a hike, drinking pure spring water, right? There's not a more magical substance on the planet than spring water, in my opinion. And all of those things are available to me at any level of income, whether I'm making $3,000 a month or whether I'm making $300,000 a month. All of those things that are the foundations, like fundamental joy-giving components of life, are available at every single level of income. And so one of my mentors, like I was I was feeling challenged, in my business. And this is someone that was like mentoring me for a while and has made 8 figures and, is also into spirituality and all these things. And he said one of the most helpful frames for being a business owner, especially since there's so much volatility at every level of owning a business, is that I'm already free. I'm just playing the game. I'm already free. I'm just playing the game, right? You don't have to play this game. You don't have to be an entrepreneur. You don't have to do anything really, right? You can choose to, you can opt in. You have all the essential joy-giving components of life that, for the most part, everything on that list costs $0, right? All the special life-giving components are $0. And so I'm already free. I'm just playing the game. So that's frame number one that I wanted to talk about. Frame number two is what do I do? Do I what do I do, right? When I'm experiencing uncertainty and fear. Oops, I think I froze. I'm gonna give myself a second. Okay, can y'all hear me? Right. I'm uncertain about my internet connection. Feeling uncertainty and fear. Um, what do I do when I'm experiencing uncertainty and fear? Right? Do I allow myself to act from a place of fear, scarcity, doubt, and make a bunch of decisions based on fear, scarcity, and doubt? Right? Disease happens when I'm making decisions from doubt, from scarcity, from fear, from somehow that reality is against me. Reality as it is wrong. Reality as it is wrong. Something is off. This is not how it's supposed to be, right? And little old me, who am I as far as a matchup against reality itself? I'm no match. I am no match for reality herself. Okay? So if I'm making myself be at war with reality, which is really what doubt, fear, uncertainty is something about reality is wrong, then that's a very powerful force that I'm putting little old me up against as an opponent. And that perpetuates those feelings, right? It's a symptom. It's a symptom that I'm putting myself as an opponent against reality itself. And so somehow, some way, even though it may be not our first instinct, our second instinct, our third instinct, but whatever I'm experiencing in life right now is perfect. Even if we don't want to accept it, how could it be any other way? Raise your hand if you've experienced tremendous pain, suffering, or tumultuous kind of events in the past that built you in ways you couldn't have imagined, that gave you gems of lessons you couldn't have ever imagined. Okay. Did you feel that it was making those gems in the moment? No. Maybe some of you, right? Like, I'm impressed. If you're saying yes, I'm like, wow, teach me, right? But if it's really tumultuous in my life, it's like, man, ah, this is so painful. This is so fearful. It's so uncertain. This so whatever emotion we're experiencing, right? Why is this happening to me? Right? And I begin to create a narrative that life is happening to me instead of life is happening for me. And that's obviously going to cause a lot of pain to live from that place. And so how do we reach into the heart? And during the tumultuousness, during the fear, during the uncertainty, be able to sit with it and say, this experience is perfect. My current fears, doubts, uncertainty is perfect. And that they're actually a doorway to everything I want. My fear is a doorway to everything I want in life. How do I know? Well, look at all the past proof. There's a lot of good past proof to look at because you've been afraid of many other things in the past as they were happening, came out on the other side, and it had a better quality of life, a better perceptual world, right? That is the ultimate luxury, is our perceptual world, right? Because our minds can either make a heaven out of hell or they can make a hell out of heaven. It doesn't matter what you have. There are people with millions and billions of dollars in complete suffering that want to end their lives. And there are people with nothing experiencing an overflow of ecstasy and gratitude and peace in their lives every single day. And so if your perceptual world is the only thing that determines that, then I believe it is on each of us to craft a perceptual world that brings us to that right place of understanding, fear, doubt, uncertainty. Or else it will be an enemy. It will be something that we try to avoid, right? Anybody here really good at avoiding unpleasant emotions? I know I have lots of options to do that, right? I can scroll my phone, I can have a massively full calendar, I can just look at my to-do list and get busy. There's so many ways to experience dopamine release now. So there are infinite options to avoid my inner world. I'm the only one that raised my hand to that, by the way. I'm like feeling a little self-conscious right now. No one here has ever avoided their unpleasant emotions before. Holy smokes, I need to stop talking and have you guys get this workshop. Um, we've all experienced it. And what would happen? What would happen if we had an experience of life that allowed us to experience our emotions as perfect? Whatever state of being we're in, it's perfect. We're not at war. We're not at war with our own consciousness. This is wrong. I shouldn't be feeling this. I need to feel some other way. What would happen? Let me ask you, what would happen in your life if you could develop the trust that every moment, every emotion, every unpleasantry was perfect for you? Just hypothetically, go with me there. Write something in the chat. What would happen in your life? What would happen in your life? Alchemy, Jamie says. Peace, flow. confidence and joy, acceptance, acceptance. Do you feel like your business would get better results if you were at war with yourself all the time, or if you were at peace with yourself all the time? Okay, we have one vote for peace. Definitely peace. Okay, peace, peace, peace. Okay. Well, how much are my actions and my own relating with my inner world and with duality reflecting that, right? Or how much am I believing that I have to be making decisions and actions from a place of fear, scarcity, urgency? If I don't do this, all my life's gonna fall apart. Blah blah blah. Exhausting. Fucking exhausting. Anyone ever operated from that place? Holy shit. Yes. Of course I have. Is it where we want to live our lives from? No, right? But if we make it so that I can only experience peace when all the externals are going my way, when everything is as I prefer, when things are just easeful, then I can be peaceful, right? Maybe even write that out, right? I actually want y'all 30 seconds, quick write. When I have blank, I'll be peaceful. When I have blank, then I can be peaceful, and just fill it in with as many items as possible. You don't have to rewrite the whole sentence, just individual items. When I have blank, then I'll be peaceful. What is it? What is your belief? Be honest with yourself. Write it down. Someone put one example in the chat. Money, confidence, enrollments, fame, time to work out. Okay, now my question is, whatever you fucking wrote, have you ever felt more peaceful than you are right now with less of the thing you just listed that you need in order to be peaceful? Have you ever had less followers than you have today, Mahani, and felt more peaceful? Have you ever had less money than you have today, Chase, and felt more peaceful? Have you ever been less consistent than you are right now, Jennifer, and felt peace? Right? Probably. So why is this the rule? Why am I operating by this rule? Right? Trust in life. Anyone here ever read Say Yes to Life? Oh my God, you're all fired. That's it. You're all fired. Say yes to life. Putting that in the chat. Victor, put in the chat. Please read that. You'll feel more peaceful. Why? How do I know? Because someone who went through the Holocaust was able to experience peace. Because someone going through 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times more tumultuousness than you was able to experience peace. And that's not to compare, oh, you're suffering, they're suffering. We don't have to go there, right? We don't have to measure out our sufferings with other people. All of us have had our own unique struggles. but is to show that even in the most extreme circumstance, Viktor Frankl in his book, he's moving through the Holocaust and he's a psychologist moving through the Holocaust, right? And he's a 6'3" man that goes down to like 90 pounds, right? Just skin and bones. And he's able to have the sun shine on his face while he's dying in a concentration camp and cry of joy. The point is, how do I develop that? Immense gratitude. Gratitude as the precursor. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. One thing I've learned in my own personal growth life, like I can be striving for so much more, but I'm not going to get it unless gratitude is the foundation. I think a lot of people struggle, and I've struggled with this like philosophically, like how is it possible for me to want more and also like be grateful at the same time? A lot of people think being grateful means like I should just not want anything more and everything I have now should be like the limit. Anyone ever felt like that in some way, shape, or form? I know I've definitely thought that. Like people say, oh, just be grateful. And it's like, oh, don't desire, like cut off all further desire and just appreciate everything now. But I believe appreciation now is the key to any other desire being fulfilled. But if I don't take inventory for what I'll have, not only will I not gain more than I have, I'll lose what I have. This is what I have for y'all. If I don't take inventory for what I have, not only will I not get more, but I'll lose what I have. So how can I use all these things together? Everything I want and need is already here. Everything I need to experience the simple joys of life is not dependent on me doing or having anything more than I have now. That life is perfectly giving us the emotions and internal duality that we need. That my fear is a doorway to everything I've ever wanted. That my experience of my emotions and actually just sitting in them and not trying to avoid them will help me perfect my life. That the ability to say yes to life is available no matter what is happening, whether we're millionaire billionaires or whether we're in the Holocaust. And that if we don't take inventory and be grateful for all of what life has for us right now, not only will we not get more, but we'll lose what we have. And that gratitude is not simply being okay with less, it's being open to the flow of grace and life coming in, pouring in like a waterfall. So grateful because we're realizing that's already what it is. That's already what it is. Your child in your life, your partner in your life, the sun shining on your face, any of the good, it's already, I've received more than I deserve. Not in a self-deprecating way, but just wow, so grateful. Yeah, you can, if you're ever disconnected from that truth, like Julia is saying, the blood flowing in my veins. I start when I'm disconnected and I don't want to just like intellectually go through like a list of what I'm grateful for because I need to like hype myself into gratitude. For me, that doesn't work. I need to start with the most genuine base level things of like just laying down and like being with my body. Like there's billions of cells keeping my body alive right now. That's fucking miraculous. I can accept that, right? When I'm disconnected from gratitude, it's hard. It's hard to be grateful for all the things. So what can I start to reduce down to? Oh my God. Like if I didn't have air for 3 minutes, I would die. I'm so grateful that I have air in my lungs right now, that my heart is beating every day and somehow it didn't stop today. Oh my God, it could have. If I'm being realistic, people die every day. My heart didn't stop today. Wow, I get another day. That's fucking exciting. And work my way up to the more external, additional things in life so I can genuinely experience that expansion in my life. Because sometimes I'm disconnected personally from, oh, I'm grateful for all these big things and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to just do an intellectual exercise to be like, I'm so grateful for this. I'm so grateful for that. And I'm so great. And it's just like it's on the mental plane. It's not like felt in every part of my being. I want to feel that in every part of my being, whatever I'm feeling, trying to feel grateful for. And so maybe you just start super simple. Fundamentals. I'm alive. My gosh. An opportunity. And then work our way outwards. And from that platform, no matter what we're experiencing, turmoil, financial distress, fear of failure, things not working out, this not being how I want, life is already perfect. And even if you don't feel life is perfect on a fundamental level, that peace and gratitude is going to get you better results than any doubt, scarcity will ever get you. That's what I got. My heart to your heart. Any reflections, questions, corrections, chastisements, appreciations? Thank you. Grateful for you, Lara.
Oh, I
Yeah,
I love what you're saying, and I really love coming into what I call the microcosm, the gratitude of my blood vessels, my veins, my arteries, the hair growing through the follicles of my scalp, and the because, like you said, it's I can't, if you're in a space where you can't be grateful for the things that you've gotten or you have or whatever, that always puts me right. So I appreciate that you touched on that.
I appreciate you bringing that up. It's perfect. It's perfect. Right. We've opted in to leadership, to stewardship of a business, of a community, of other people. And part of that means becoming exceptional. And part of becoming exceptional means having exceptional tests. How do you become exceptional? It's not through just like everything fucking going my way. And I'm like, wow, this is ecstatic. Life is so great for me all the time. And that's how I become the best leader on the planet. And that's why I make so much money. It's like, no, you're going to go to Mordor. You're going to go to hell. You're going to go to whatever place you don't want to go to. Guaranteed. Because that's what's fucking necessary. You want the thing without wanting the test that makes you the person that gets the thing. It's in fucking compatible, myself included. I want the fruits without going through the tribulations that allow me to be the person that can plant the tree, water the tree for years without results, and then finally harvest the fruits 5 years later. Okay, well, good luck, because there's no fucking way to grow almonds in 30 days from seed. And if you can, you're going to be a fucking billionaire anyway. So, you know, be great. Anybody else? Tyler says, thank you for such an awesome experience this weekend. So rich, such a joy to meet some of you who are also able to come. Extremely grateful for this container and each of you. Yes, Jennifer, thank you so much. I needed this message today in this moment. Yeah, I feel honored. All the feelings you're feeling, they've been felt. Everyone who's a step ahead, 5 steps ahead, 10 steps ahead, 100 steps ahead of you, not like in a weird comparison way, but they've all gone through so much tumultuous things to get where they are at. And if you think they haven't, it's just because they don't Instagram it. It's not cute. It's not Instagrammable. I'm suffering. You know, well, some people do that. That's fine too. Most people don't. All right, y'all. I'll leave 10 seconds for anybody extra. Any last comment, appreciation, correction? Yeah.
Just deeply grateful for you, Yamuna, and for this topic today, for getting the week started off right, for this container, for this beautiful community, for getting to have met half of these people in real life this weekend and just feel that extra juice and that extra motivation, and to come home. We literally landed just a couple hours ago, to come home to this conversation in immense gratitude. Thank you so much.
Love it. Love y'all. Thank you so much, Jonathan, and hope y'all have a beautiful day. Use these tools. Let's lift each other up. It is so natural to experience whatever you're experiencing right now. It's so fucking natural. And you're the only one that gets to decide, who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? And it's not just up to you to craft the person you want to be. You can also lean on community. You can also lean on people who believe in you. You can also lean on people who are already where you want to be and embody the things you want to embody. We're not meant to just do it alone. We're not meant to just fucking become incredible just in a little vacuum, right? Not possible. So love y'all. Peace out. I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone. Take care.